Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll talk spring football as the Bulldogs get ready for the annual Crimson and Gold spring game this weekend. We'll also check in with a year in review for Ferris State Athletics and talk with one of our Bulldog student athletes as he prepares for graduation. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog football and joined by assistant head coach Brian Rock. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
How has spring went so far? I guess 12 practices in as you get ready for Friday's spring game.
Yeah, we finished number 12 yesterday, and spring's a developmental time, and it's been we've made a lot of progress. I think our guys have done a great job of practicing hard. We've been challenged through weather and sunny and 82 to cold and rainy or snowy and 35. So we've been at all ends of the spectrum, but spring's gone great, and we're ready to wrap it up and got another practice here on Wednesday and then with the spring game on Friday.
Obviously, for your guys winning a national championship last fall, then right into the kind of the winter conditioning and spring practice, what's the attitude been like maybe carrying over from last fall?
Well, I think that's one of the things that makes Ferris State a little bit unique and a little bit special is there is not a sense of resting on your laurels, so to speak. We got back from winter break after spending Christmas with your family and those types of things, and the weight room was full. And Andrew T's done a great job, and our guys are ready to go all over again and developing, and we'll have some new faces and some new guys to contribute, and it's hit the ground running. It's been awesome.
You mentioned a developmental time here during spring football. How important is it for a lot of those younger guys that haven't seen the field yet?
It's real important. It's an opportunity, where they, have been able to just kind of sit and listen and sit in the background a little bit, and now it's time for them to step up and earn spots on the field, earn playing time come next fall, earn trust of your teammates, and develop that leadership and work ethic that it requires to be a great football team.
Obviously, I know you work closely with the quarterbacks and some experienced quarterbacks back, but a lot of young guys really vying for some playing time and some opportunities.
Yeah, we've got a really talented crew. I'm really excited about the group, and they've made some really good progress. We're certainly not a finished product yet by any means, but we've been able to get 4 guys. Malik's been out with recovering from foot surgery, and the other 4 guys, the next 4 guys, have done an awesome job and have really done a great job of developing and learning and kind of getting a feel for what it's like to not just be role players, but have an opportunity to actually run a team.
For a lot of those young guys that saw action last fall on the field, how they kind of carried over, I guess, from seeing that playing time to now taking that next step here as football players.
Yeah, well, Carson Gulker and Jesse Rivera are the 2 guys that, actually got to see a bunch of time. But we've got like I said, we've got a talented crew. Trinidad Chambliss and Zach Ahern have really started stepping forward, and they're, showing the things that they can do. And they are all different guys. They have different skill sets, but can certainly bring great value to our football team.
Well, obviously, on the offensive side, you go every day against maybe one of the top defenses in the country. How does that help prepare you guys, I guess, for what you're going to face this fall?
Well, I think it's a great experience. The defense that we have here, even though we lost some key members and some bright lights name guys and those types of things, but they run around and they're athletic, and they do an incredible job, day in and day out. And everybody likes to use these days the saying iron sharpens iron, and so we get a little bit of that on a day-to-day basis, and it's very competitive out there, and our guys compete and get after each other, and being able to go, for them to go against us and us to go against them, I think is only a positive.
Obviously, Friday, the spring game, 5:30 kick at Top Taggart Field, and a chance for some of these young guys to get out and put on a show maybe for some of the fans in attendance.
Yeah, I think that's what it'll be. It'll be a little bit of a show. We won't go through a whole bunch of plays and won't show a whole lot of things, but guys actually get to put on a uniform and go out on the field, and it's fun for the fans, and it's fun for the players too, to go out and get to actually tackle and block full speed and do all those kinds of things that we really don't do that much over the course of a spring when you're trying to learn and develop, individual skill sets.
Obviously, along with the spring game, you've got the national championship ring ceremony coming up on Saturday as well, and really a chance maybe to kind of celebrate that national championship one more time.
Yeah, it'll be a busy weekend, that's for sure, and it'll be an exciting weekend for all of us. And I think, as coaches and as members of the team, we've kind of put that behind us. It'll be nice to recognize, the accomplishments of last year's team, and it's always fun to get a ring and those types of things. But we're kind of moving forward and trying to develop and see what we can be next year.
Obviously, I know, speaking of big days coming up, the NFL draft just a couple weeks away, and I know Caleb Murphy, one of those guys that hopes to hear his name called on draft day.
Yeah, we've had a steady stream of NFL scouts come through day in and day out, really over the course of, really since Christmas. Guys coming in and coming out, and he had an opportunity to participate in the combine, and he's not the only one, but a lot of guys having an opportunity to work out, and hopefully we'll be able to see a few more names, on NFL rosters come next fall as well.
I know, obviously, these guys, the goal to get to the NFL, but some other leagues out there. Saw Sidney McLeod, former Bulldog, one of 3 guys on the field here recently in the USFL here this past weekend.
The 2 new leagues have provided great opportunities for guys to continue their careers, as well as, in addition to the Canadian League and so forth. So the opportunities to turn on your TV and see guys that were wearing Bulldog uniforms a year or 2 ago, or even last year, is really exciting and really, really fun.
I know, obviously, for the coaching staff, you wrap up spring football this week, but obviously I know the work doesn't stop here as you get ready for another fall season, busy into the recruiting and the camp season coming up.
Yeah, we'll finish the spring game and the ring ceremony on Saturday, and we'll come back into the office and do exit interviews the first part of the following week, and then it's time to get out on the road and do some spring recruiting through the month of May, and we start our summer camps and our evaluation period of rising high school seniors come the end of May and most of the way through June.
I know you've been here 3 or 4 years here at Ferris State. Obviously, a long tenure as a coach on the college level before that. What's it been like, I guess, being here as a Ferris State Bulldog?
Well, I've had a blast. I love the city of Big Rapids. I love the community. I mean, I love the university. I love the level of football that we're able to play. Coach Anise has done a great job of establishing a culture of winning, and so for anybody, that's a good place. There's so many good things for me personally, and it's just such a rewarding experience to be able to be a part of something special that will last for the rest of your life. So this has been an incredible experience.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time, and best of luck. Looking forward to seeing the Bulldogs in the spring game Friday at 5:30.
Can't wait.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.